How's everybody doing tonight? Good? Okay. All right. So I thought tonight's call should be kind of about branding, because I know that we talked about that last week, and I feel like it's something that we're lacking, on our teams, like learning how to brand yourself. And so what I thought would be a great idea is for us to go through that activity together that Brittany Leggett posted. And so we can come up with some brainstorming and come up with our avatars and have a better idea of who we're marketing to and who we should be speaking to in our posts. So I'll share my screen and we'll go over it. And also, once we've done that, I'll show you how Jessie has been helping me do this in Facebook, so you can kind of see how we do it. So let's get to that. Let's get to that branding exercise. And I thought we could kind of talk it out on here so we could get some ideas. I'm not sure if you watched the video, but I did, and I thought it was really good. And so let's just kind of go over this together, and then we'll do some brainstorming and try to come up with our brands. So she says, feel like you're struggling with what to post on social media, blog, YouTube. Feel like you don't relate to some of the people you are trying to help. So if you feel like you're recruiting a lot of people, but they're not your target market, and you're struggling to kind of help them make that next move, like become a coach and be a business builder on your team, then it could potentially be that you're throwing your net too wide and you're catching people that aren't your target market. So how do you do that? It's time to laser focus your message and your business to the person you completely relate to and love working with, and that is you. Back in 2012, I discovered the most amazing woman on the planet, my mentor from afar and business guru extraordinaire, Mary Forleo. I don't know who that is, but she put the website there. I signed up for a B school, and she taught us this amazing exercise, creating your ideal customer avatar. And that's what Jesse Regan does in the Facebook business ads. He teaches you how to market to your avatar with your Facebook ads. So this all goes hand in hand. It rocked my world. I don't want anyone to let this training pass them by. Do it. So, I actually didn't watch. Oh yeah, that was her video. I watched her video. Why should you do this? Without developing your brand, your marketing will be very generic and ineffective. It's true, because you'll recruit people that are nothing like you, and then you'll have a hard time mentoring them. You'll attract people to you, people you don't relate to, and coaching isn't as fun. It feels like an uphill battle. I, for example, don't relate to men who are trying to put on muscle. I would much rather work with a 25-year-old woman. No matter how hard you work, you will struggle to reach your business goals and won't know why. Once you identify your brand, marketing becomes so much easier and fun. You'll attract customers who are perfect for you. You'll form a deeper and more meaningful connection with your customer and team. When your customers feel that you understand them, you establish a deep level of trust. Deep trust equals repeat customers. Happy customers equals a successful long-term business. So she posted this little picture about how to, start to find your brand. You make a list of characteristics. So their age, married, not married, kids, no kids, hobbies, likes, interests. And this is all stuff that you're into. So it's you write out a list of all the things that you're into. Personality type, shy, outgoing, motivated, and then create a visual. So you actually pick out a photo of the avatar that you want to be your avatar, your target market, your ideal person, the person that you're posting to every time you post on social media. So, and read it daily, create videos, blogs, or Facebook posts that will relate to and or help your ideal customer. If you want to genuinely connect with truly help your customers, it's time to laser focus on the person you completely relate to and love helping them. This exercise changed my business. I went from working with a wide variety of people to attracting coaches who are just like me. It makes your job as a coach a lot easier, a lot more fun, and gives you a clear purpose because you know who you are trying to help. So her avatar is Caitlin. She picked out a photo, obviously blonde, in good shape. That's her. 27 years old, newly married, no kids. That's her, because I actually know Brittany. I've met her, and she is married to another Beachbody coach that was on a different team, and then they are now together on the same team. Loves animals, has pets, fun, loving, carefree, but shy at first, and stresses about random things. So that's really specific. Wants to tone up and lose 5 to 15 pounds. So she's not going for people that are wanting to lose 50 to 100 pounds, because that's not her story. Hates scary movies, just started her first real job, feels like something is missing, loves her friends, the beach, concerts, wine, being outside, but isn't outdoorsy. Loves Amazon.com and online shopping, researches things like crazy, and then ends up buying on impulse. Is worried Shakeology is a scam, because in the beginning she thought Shakeology was a scam. Worried that her hubby and friends will tease her for doing an infomercial workout. Worried she won't get results. So she's got a lot of, what she's doing is when she posts to those people to attract them to her, because that is the same as she was when she started. Chronic yo-yo dieter, is skinny fat and has tried everything, even diet pills, has a big heart. Her hubby doesn't want her to get taken advantage of. So that's her avatar. And now, okay, so here we go. Pretty much it's time to write your list and dig deep. Write down, what do you fear? What are your goals? What keeps you up at night? Put yourself in their shoes. What do you go to Facebook or Instagram or YouTube to research? What kind of things do you research? Her customer is worried about signing up as a coach and putting their social security number on the website, because that's how she was. What if it's a scam? Knowing this helps her explain things and ease their mind when the new coach or customer wants to sign up. Think back to what you felt or thought about Beachbody before you were a coach or really understood it. Create a visual, something you can revisit and read when you need inspiration or focus. And I know this came directly from Lindsay Matway is her upline. She's in the Bombshell Dynasty. And I know Lindsay she talked about creating her avatar, which the reason they were named the Bombshell Dynasty is because her girl was like a bombshell. And it wasn't about being blonde or like having a good body. It was about the person that she was. So this represents her brand or ideal customer or coach. She names her Caitlin. She loves the beach. She's super carefree, but then, all that stuff that she talks about. And then if you create this visual and have it in front of you every time you're going to post and you read it all the time, it reminds you of who you're trying to post to when you create your daily posts. Obviously, social media is a huge way that we grow our business. Save your image on your desktop if it helps. Revisit it daily. And she says she knows so much about her ideal customer. She could go on and on about her. It's someone that she made up, but by creating her identity and relating to her, I get ideas for what I should post. I think about, what would Caitlin be inspired by? What worries does Caitlin have? This should inspire you. You should have pages of ideas for your website, blog, and Facebook on what you can do to help this person. You should be able to create content that will not only appeal to them, but make them feel like, wow, she really gets me. So she creates consistent marketing and a consistent message that attracts girls like Caitlin into her business, as opposed to having to go out and chase them down. She's building a connection through her post, which is key in getting the people to connect with her. So think about adding value. As we know, what kind of value can you add to this person's life? What can you give them? What advice or guidance can you provide? What skills, talent, knowledge do you have? Don't undervalue what you know. Something that seems obvious to you might seem overwhelming and confusing to someone else. Example, meal planning. I posted something, okay, I'll go on that. I'll just go on a side note. I posted something about sleeping in. It's funny. Oops, did I stop my screen share? Yeah. So I posted something, I was like, this is just a random post, and I'm like, I don't even know why I'm posting this, because it's probably not going to add any value to anyone's life. I posted, I'll read it to you. Wow, I slept until 8:30. That is super late for me. I guess I needed it. It's always a nice surprise to sleep in at little. I didn't used to be a morning person, but now I love my mornings. Are you a morning person? And this girl that, I don't know who it is, but I guess she's one of my friends. I mean, I haven't really connected with her, I don't think. Are we friends? Yeah, we're friends. But I'm going to write her a message now, because she commented and she's like, this post inspired me to wake up at 5:30 today and try not to fall back asleep. Thanks for always making these little posts, Marissa. It's brilliant and inspiring. And that to me is I didn't say anything, but I guess it's connecting with someone that, you know, maybe is like me, you know, like she wants to be like me or whatever. I was like laughing. I'm like, I guess just the more real you are, like even when I was putting that post, oh shoot, did it stop? Did it freeze? Shoot, I lost you guys. Can you guys hear me? Oh, okay, there we go. All right, I lost you guys for a second. So, I mean, the more you are yourself and the more you just post like things that are just you and you don't overthink it, you don't go on other people's Facebook pages and take their posts and make it yours. Just post things that you think about, like as you go through your daily life. And as things come up for you during your day, write them down in a little note. Like, okay, I want to write a post about this. Or, you know, write down what you want to post in a note. You don't have to be like, so you can save it for later. You don't have to be constantly posting at the time that you think of it, but you should have like, I have posts like built up, like I have videos, and I just shot a video today of me cooking a crepe, making a crepe that I'm going to make into a video. And like, I didn't post it right now, but I have it there and I have it ready and it's an idea and it's a post that's going to go up sometime this week. So spend time creating your posts. It's not quality. I mean, it's not quantity, it's quality. Like you want those posts to be adding value. You want them to be speaking to your target market. I really think the ideal number of posts is 3 per day. I don't think you need to do more than that. Like I truly, truly don't. I feel that I get the most traffic and the most response when I just do 3 a day. When I start to get more than that, it can be overwhelming. Okay. So going back to her target is she wants to tone her legs, booty, and tummy. So she writes a lot about the workout that helped with that, which is Brazilian butt lift. My customer is worried that Shakeology is scam. So I write my experience and how I Googled Beachbody and looked them up on the Better Business Bureau before I would buy anything. Most of this applies to the future coach. Now, creating your ideal coach and attracting them. So first you write your list of the characteristics of your ideal coach, and then you rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. For those that you're low, then you've got to work at being better at those. Because if you want to attract the type of person that is a 10 out of 10 on those or close to it, then you need to be that person, because that's the only way you're going to attract that person. Somebody that is a 10 out of 10 confident and you're a 1 out of 10 is not going to enroll with you, because they're not going to be. A 10 is not going to be led by a 1. I mean, of course, maybe you can have some of these things that are lower, but you want to write out your list, and then you want to be the best you can be at every single one of those things. And that's how you lead from the front. And your list is basically your ideal coach is looking for in a sponsor. Your list is basically what your ideal coach is looking for in a sponsor. So look at your list and what do you need to do work on. Create your personal development strategy around your areas of opportunity. If you have met any of my team, you will see they're basically carbon copies of me, flaws and all. We have terrible follow through, but we have big hearts. So there you have it. If you want to create a consistent message, really connect with your customers and truly help them. So what I'd like to do is everybody get out a notepad. And let's do the exercise and let's talk about it. Okay. So if you guys want to chat, who wants to go first and be the example and throw out some ideas of, their ideal person. So you can give everybody else other ideas too.
Go first, because I did it while you were talking.
Okay, cool.
Okay. My ideal person is a hobby runner. So they like to run between 3 to 5 miles a day. They live in their athletic wear. That's what they wear 24 hours a day. They love the water. So they like to be, they're wakeboarders or they like to ski, whatever. They like to be on the water in some shape or form on a boat. They're a mom. They're a homebody. They love pushing their fitness levels. So they're actually already in good shape, but they just want to see what can I do better? They want to push their limits and see what they're capable of. So I actually love working with people 30s to 40s that want to lose weight, but I'd like to find people that are kind of like me and just want to get even in more shape. They enjoy body weight exercises, but definitely love to lift as well. They hate abs, but they like the look of good abs, but you'll never see them doing a crunch. They like following other fitness enthusiasts, and They are not huge drinkers. And they like being outside. They like being in the sun. And like, if they're going to like go do something with a friend, then they're going to go for like a walk or a run or just do something active. That's all I got so far.
Those are really good, Steph. So now let's talk about the things that you would post. Like, let's talk about some things that you would, maybe you didn't think of before. Now that you wrote up your list, things that you would post about.
Well, actually, my post today was a good one because I didn't really think about it because I do love running. And my post today, like I haven't ran in 3 weeks, but I just finished Max 30 and I had a personal record. So I posted that, and at the bottom I was like, if you can't run during the winter or you're inside for the winter, but you want to improve on your times, like hit me up. Like I need to, I think, post more about if you want to do better on your runs, if you want to increase speed, if you want to increase endurance, because I like runner. I am into running.
And Suzanne is like she's a runner too, right?
Yeah, she's a marathoner. Like she's actually pushed me to run more miles.
Yeah. So she is your target market. Like you are attracting people that are your target market, which is good.
Well, and Chris is my target market because she's already a trainer and, she likes kind of pushing, seeing what she can do more of and trying out new fitness things. And she's always making fitness videos.
And how has it been mentoring them?
Chris has been like super easy. She's actually not like me. She's an emerald, but okay. So for anyone that doesn't know what that is, like she likes the facts. She likes to know everything before she puts it out there. And I'm not like that.
Stephanie the Ruby. She's like, let's do it yesterday.
Yeah. But we work really well together and
they're good compliments for each other, actually.
Yes. I would think, yeah, I totally agree with that. Suzanne is like my mini me. So sometimes I find things that was hard for you to do with me, I'm finding hard to do with her. It's like she sometimes gets ahead of herself in the business and it's like, both her and I went too fast and it's like our learning couldn't catch up with what we were doing. And so we just went to our coaches a lot.
That's how I was.
Yeah. And so, yeah, she's like a replica of me.
You're a replica of me. So it just keeps going down.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not hard to work with her because we communicate really well, but sometimes it's like talking to a wall, which you were like talking to a wall with me. Like, I get it, it's like, so,
But now you know how to mentor her because you know that she's going to have to figure it out kind of on her own. Like you kind of just have to let her go. And that's kind of what because you know how you are. So you know how you can best respond to that with her.
Well, I think with her, it's like, I got to push her out of the nest. Like I actually told her today to just get her own team page because she's starting to get coaches and her coaches are getting coaches. And I was like, you need to start your own team page. And she was scared to do it. And I'm like, you're a leader. Like you're already doing it. You're already having your own team calls. Get your own page now.
And she's scared to do it too.
Yeah, you kicked me out. I kept trying to crawl back up, but
no. So okay, but it's been fun to work with them. The point is, it's been easy. It's been fun. Yes, there's going to be struggles, but like you feel like they're your friend and they're someone that you enjoy talking to and you want to be around and you want to work with.
Yeah.
Versus it being someone that's like completely the opposite of you and it's like pulling teeth and, it's not working. It's not flowing. It's not jiving. So I feel like you have a good handle on your target market. I mean, first of all, you know that you're already into fitness and that's part of the thing. Jessie talks about not posting about health and fitness all the time if that's not something that you were before Beachbody. I haven't watched the video that you mentioned, Steph, but
oh no, it was just a post I did. It wasn't a video. It was just a post.
No, I mean the video in the Finish Strong Like a Boss group that said about the 80-20 rule. But it doesn't apply to you because you were a trainer before. Okay, so is there anything what about some of the other smaller things that you like? Maybe something about being a homebody, how can you add value to that in some way that you haven't thought of before? Maybe not health and fitness related, but more of the personal stuff.
It's like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? Like, how do I add value into somebody else becoming a homebody? Like what?
Maybe you could talk about maybe you could try to do things like, okay, I'm a homebody at this point. Like I don't go out a lot, but I kind of set the intention with myself that I'm going to do 2 social things a week. Like I'm going to get out of my house and I'm going to go and I'm going to be around people and I'm going to be social, because for me, it's like, I could just be home all the time and I don't have kids. I don't have a family. So it's like, okay, it's me and my animals. So maybe it could be something along the lines of like you doing something different that, isn't homebody-ish, and then like saying like, oh, for all the homebodies out there, like this is what I tried. And, I really enjoyed it. I just kind of had to push myself outside of my comfort zone or something. I don't know. It's just an idea.
I like that. And actually that also, maybe I would attract other people to coaching, because I am a homebody, but that's what I love about coaching is like, now I feel like I have friends like everywhere. So it fulfills my social needs, but I don't have to go anywhere.
Well, you can talk about that then. You can talk about the fact that like before Beachbody, you kind of you were a homebody and you felt like you weren't having this need met of like having a lot of like girl relationships, like girly relationships, because like you had friends and neighbors and stuff, but like you feel like you're getting really close to these people and like you're forging these new friendships, and that's something that you can talk about. I think that's really good. That's a really great adding value. So okay, and then I don't know. Obviously, like you're skiing and all that stuff.
Well, I'm a girly girl, so I like people that are girly girls, I guess.
So you can post about like doing nails and the techniques of how you do your nails amazingly, because I know that you do a really good job with mani-pedis and you always have them perfect. You can make a little video like, this is how you paint your nails perfectly. I'm just coming up with things because it doesn't always have to be, it's good to have a variety of things that you post about that are your target market. Does anybody else want to go? Does anybody else want to discuss and, talk about some ideas, and we can talk about, how you can post? Oh, another thing.
I have a random question actually, like about kind of going off of like what a person would normally post about. Like I started to post about nails and doing like my manicure of the week and stuff like that, but it felt like it was like forced because I don't usually talk about that on Facebook. But I mean, I guess I could put out like a post like, hey, would anybody be curious on how I do my French manicures? Because I do them freehand, but they're easy. Like, would anybody want a video on that? Like, I mean, it just feels weird because that's not what I normally like talk about. Like it's weird to go off of like your norm.
Yeah. I think Kelly Hanner did a post on like how to do a handstand or something. And it was like, if I showed you a video of how to get up to do a handstand, would you want it? And there was like so many people that wanted it. So just that's a great way to do a little, do a little questionnaire in your Facebook and ask people like ask people, what do they want to see from you?
You could try it and see what happens. If it fails, it fails. If it takes off, it takes off.
Yeah,
honestly, I've always been someone that can never do my own nails. And if someone could like kind of show me, like, cause you can save money by doing your own nails, And I think I actually admire women that can do their own nails. I think it's so cool. And then the funny thing is, you're not such a girly girl. Like you're a fitness girly girl. Like you're kind of like, so it's like, oh, she's not just one of the, I think it'd be so cool.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Oh wait, she does her own. Like I never knew that. I would have never thought you did your own nails.
Oh yeah.
Lindsay Matway built like a really large business, and Lindsay Caterino did with posting pictures of like fashion. Like she would pull those Pinterest, outfits off like Pinterest, and then she would like post pictures about it. And she did she attracted people that were like all into like, not my thing, but it is her thing. So, that's kind of Jaden Adams is kind of following along in that, because that's kind of her target market. So it doesn't have to be Beachbody related. It doesn't have to be fitness related. That's the point. You're trying to brand yourself. You're trying to attract people to you for other reasons outside of just like health and fitness. Anybody else want to go?
Jamie or Chris, why don't you guys go? Come on. Yeah. All right, Jamie's gonna go.
All right. What's on your list? Shoot.
Different diets throughout their life. Was previously not into home fitness, so I used to go to the gym, but not like to the gym all the time, but like maybe 3 to 5 days a week. Loves the outdoors, but not camping. Brides to be, very social, usually the party planner. Online shopping. That's what I have so far.
Okay, well, online shopping is a great one. How do you do your online shopping?
Usually just go to Amazon or Pinterest. I have a couple people that make local like hats. That's where I got the Beachbody hat or gloves. So I found like some local businesses that actually sell their products online. Sorry, that's my dog. I may have to mute you.
So maybe you could lead some people to like how to effectively do online shopping or something along those lines.
Okay. I may have to mute you. My dog is barking because someone's at the door.
Or like stuff about your hat. Like I wouldn't know where to even find someone to do a hat like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that run home businesses. Like maybe other people would like to have like swag with their stuff and
yeah.
That aren't our competition necessarily, but people that you can still connect with. I mean, I have people that do Rodent and Fields, but they're, challengers of mine.
Right.
Maybe they'd like a Rodent and Fields hat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. All right. Hold on. Someone's at my door. I'm sorry. Hold on.
All right, does somebody else want to go since she had to get off?
I guess I need help with mine, honestly. So you're saying we should write down what we were before we started?
Yeah.
Well, mine's not a really good list. But I guess that's what I want to attract. Like the busy mom who's insecure, that's overwhelmed, and that needs to learn that she can do it, that she doesn't, that there is an outlet, that she can actually get it done, that she can put herself first and it's okay. That's really my target market, because that's what I was. And then, that's why I became a coach, because I didn't think I could do all of that. And then I did, and I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. I got to share it with the world. And that's why I became a coach, because it's that busy, overworked, stressed mom that was insecure. That was me. But I know that sounds that's why I kind of try to push a lot of my, oh my God, I didn't want to wake up this morning. It was so hard. I hate mornings, but you know what? I pushed through, That's why I actually, when I write my night shift posts a lot, because I want people to know, I work 7 13-hour shifts in a row, night shift, and yet I still get my workout in. If she can do it, then why can't I do it?
Okay, let's try to come up with some things that you don't already post about that we can help you have more things to post about. What about the fact that you were a skeptic about Shakeology?
Oh, yeah, I was.
You were a total skeptic.
Actually, no, I wasn't a skeptic. I believed, because I trusted the person that told me, but it was a money issue. It was like, money, and it wasn't worth it. I wasn't worth investing that in myself. That was my thing. I guess I was skeptic about AutoDirect. I bought it out of a cart for 3 months in a row.
You just go about the whole thing. You got like a couple of packets, and then you did it like.
That's true. That's true.
Backwards.
Yeah, that's true. So, okay, skeptical about Shakeology. And then.
So you can post about that.
Yeah, that's true.
So how would you post about that?
How I didn't think that's true. I was kind of skeptical about the work. Okay. I wasn't sure if it would be worth the money, but after, like, I guess I could write, like, feeling the way I feel is worth more than that, is priceless. It doesn't have a price tag on it, right? Or being present, being able to have more energy, feeling, you know, the best I've ever felt. I mean, I wouldn't say it like that. I mean, I'd actually write it a lot nicer than that. But yeah, I guess, would that work, I guess?
I don't really know what you're saying.
Like that, I didn't think it was worth, it was worth the money, but it actually changed my life. It's priceless to me. I have my whole family drinking it. I have 3 people in my house drinking it. 4 people.
Huh? That's pretty huge, talking about the fact that all your kids drink it.
Yeah, and they fight over it when it's like we're running out. It's like a nightmare in here. And the fact that even my mom, who's like in her 60s, really ill, like I started giving it to her, and then all of a sudden she started, like, I stopped giving it to her, and she's like, "Where's that shake?" You know, because it made her feel better. It also brought down her HbA1c down from like 9 to 5. You know, that's, if anyone for people who don't know what that is, it's like how bad your diabetes is. Her norm should be below 5. Hers was like at one point 14. When I started her on Shakeology, she was 9, and then she went down to 5.1. But I was also clean eating too. But I was kind of feeding her the 21-day fix meal plan. So, I mean, that's huge too. That it brought down it made her healthier.
And how often do you post about that?
I don't.
There you go.
You're right. I don't post about Shakeology. All right.
I have to say, Joanne, the things that you just said gave me like crazy ideas. Like, I wish more people would speak up on these calls. Like what you just said about, like, you know, stuff that you were before. I didn't have any of that stuff written down. Like, I was a skeptic about home workouts. I was a skeptic about jumping around in my basement versus pushing weights at the gym. And now I have like crazy results from doing Max 30, which uses 0 equipment, that I couldn't get pushing heavy weights at the gym.
Yeah.
Like,
that's huge, Stephanie, because that's a big part of what some people, that's like one of people's main argument is like, oh, no, I don't do home workouts. So you're like living proof, and you were that person.
Yeah. And I was a skeptic about staying motivated to watch a video. Like, I hated videos, but now I'm like, I don't even want to work out without a video. Like I'm like lost. I'm like, what do I do? I don't want to think.
Well, that's another selling point. The fact that we don't have to think. There's no guesswork involved. Everything, all the hard work's already been done for us. The test groups, everything. All we have to do, they did all the hard work. All we have to do is follow the plan, follow the calendar. So that's another one.
I mean, how Chris feels, but trainers love to be trained. I love to be trained. But yeah, she's shaking her head. Like, so we're like trainers that are getting trained by trainers. It's fun.
And I also, I kind of off the subject, but it's not about a character or making your avatar, but I had heard an ex-fitness, well, he's still a fitness expert, but he was like a trainer. And he said when he talks to personal trainers or people that are already in the fitness industry, he doesn't even really talk about the workout so much. He talks about, hey, don't you want to make money selling the supplement, Shakeology? And that they focus on the Shakeology part. Like, well, what are you giving your clients for supplements? What are you giving them? Like, why don't you introduce them to Shakeology? Like, I was like, wow, that's pretty brilliant, because you talk to an average personal trainer, they're like, whoa, that's like taking business away from me. I don't want, workouts, at-home workouts. No, they need to be trained by me, form, blah, blah, blah. That's the argument. Well, if you tell them, well, no, don't focus on that. Let's focus on this Shakeology. And then what happens in time is when they start making money, or they feel, they see the results people are getting with Shakeology and how great it is, and then they start drinking it, then you just kind of, and that's what happened to this guy, Vito, that guy Vito. That was his story.
Anyway. Hey, this Callie. That's exactly like what I plan on doing now that I have my certification through NASM. I was going to work at a small intimate gym here, but like he flat out said, are you planning on being in any competitions in town? And I'm like, now that I kind of let that set in, I was like, whoa, we're all in this together. It's one great mission. And then he asked me if my Beachbody business was going to get in the way of what I'm doing there. And I was just like, no, but I am going to offer the best possible things that I can offer my clients, especially if they're paying me one-on-one to work with them. So I've known a lot of trainers do that, but that are Beachbody coaches that train one-on-one. So it's a great plan. But
it sounds, yeah.
I can share now. I was grocery shopping and it was loud and I didn't want to jump in and be all crazy on the line. So, what I, like, last night when we got home from baseball tournament, which Evan's team won, it was such an amazing game. We got home super late. We ended up getting a ticket too. It was crazy because we were just trying to get home. And anyways, I still pushed past. I actually worked from my bed, which was great. And I went online and finished that call to action in the Finish Like a Boss group. And it really, I mean, I can't express the importance of sitting down and writing this stuff down, because we think it all the time. We think this is what I want. This is important. This is what I need. Once you like it, type, whatever, put it in your phone. Like, I don't know.
Callie? Can you guys hear her? Okay. Callie, you completely broke up. Nobody can hear you. Oh. All right, who else wants to share? Because Stephanie's right. People that, we're all here to learn from each other. That's the point of, we have a team. We're a team. And some of these ideas that you guys are going to share, that was the whole reason I wanted to do this exercise together. So people could share things and then they'd be like giving other people ideas. Oh shoot, yeah, I'm like that too. Or it gives you more creative flow. So who else wants to share? Stephanie's totally right about, getting other ideas from other coaches that are on our team.
I'll go.
Who's that?
Chris.
Okay, Chris.
Okay, so, I've been fighting this for a long time, trying to figure out my brand. And in the very beginning, when I was thinking about it, what I've been going through for the past 4 years is dealing with low thyroid and early menopause, and I've been doing hormonal replacement therapy and all of that good stuff. So I feel like there's, that's who I could connect with the most. But I'm having trouble making myself put it out there.
Okay.
But I still am kind of going for my age group mostly. Like, I'm going to be 48 in a month. And so, I'm kind of looking for maybe the late 30s to early 50s age range. I just feel like that's who I connect with the most right now. So, I want to be with people who are social but not partiers. There are some people who I think would be great coaches, but because they're partiers, I'm going, oh, they can't be putting their pictures of them drinking beer and bourbon on the weekends all the time. So that's, I've got people that I'd love to have on my team, but I just feel like that's not the right person to reach out to right now. I don't know. Am I wrong about that? I don't know.
Suzanne was actually somebody that, and I wish she was on the call to like verify this, but she was going out drinking with her husband, and they were going out partying a lot. And she said that was part of the kickback that she got from people when she made the switch and started becoming coaching and enjoyed not being drunk every weekend. So she transformed, that was her, and she wanted to quit, and this helped her quit.
Yeah. I do have some friends who I'm hoping they will kind of see how this has been a positive thing for me. They're trainers too. And their clientele, my clientele, that's another issue I have. I was kind of known as the person who trained all the old people. I had at one point a year ago, 5 people in their 90s. And I think 4 of them have passed away now. And so I'm kind of trying to make that shift to a younger clientele. And that's kind of part of why I'm doing this. But at the same time, people, that's who are coming to me, are the older people mostly. And so that's the kind of client I'm attracting. And I feel like I'm just kind of, I don't know where I am as far as trying to recruit coaches. Who I am is I'm a connect with me more. I don't know. I'm looking for guidance here.
Does anybody have ideas for her?
What other hobbies do you have, Chris, besides the knitting? And do you do something outdoors with your family? Things you do with your family?
Well, all of my family they don't live near me, so I don't have any kids. I have a husband who's a musician, and I probably need to start posting more about his stuff, to try and get his group, his friends more involved in what I'm doing, just so they'll have an awareness of who I am and everything. But yeah, so I need to post more about that, but I don't do family stuff because I'm just not near them.
Okay. Well, but who you are is basically, you're not defined by your crocheting or any of that stuff. Something that makes you, and who you're becoming or who you are as a person, you know what I mean? Like, what are those things?
Well, I'm very family oriented, but I don't do anything family-ish because they're all someplace else. So that's what's hard for me. I don't have kids to talk about and share stuff with other people.
But you do. You share about your nephew with me. So you do. We've talked about your nephew.
I do. And when I'm with him, which is maybe once a month, I will post what I've done with him. But, that's it. So.
There's got to be other things.
Or you were like a tomboy growing up. You were very into sports. Which carried over into fitness.
Right.
I mean, when you say you're 48, I'm like, Jesus, you have a freaking rocking body at 48. Like, that's inspiring. That.
Yeah, but here's the other issue I'm having. My body feels like it's falling apart, seriously. Like, these workouts, I love doing them. I love pushing myself, but they're killing me.
But that's how you can relate to people your age, because there's a girl that my coworker, she's 50, going to be 51. And me and her connect well together. I'm 37, but we connect well together because she's struggling. And then I talk to her and sort of try to help motivate her and keep her going. Like, she pays a personal trainer. I mean, she's done workouts in Shakeology too, but I think that you can, I think that you would have a connection with younger. I think probably 30. I don't know. But to me, I think you probably could, because I could probably connect with you. I don't know. I would have to, did you go to college around here, or what did you do in college?
Indiana. So.
Chris, can I ask you something? Why do you feel like you want to connect with people that are younger? Why don't you want to connect with people in Beachbody that are older?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the older people, when I start talking about these videos, okay, first of all, they're seeing me on Facebook doing these crazy exercises, and they're going, I can't do that. And when I try and talk to them about what the video, some of the other videos are, they just don't, they feel like, that's still too hard for me. And so I feel like to do these videos, most of the people need to be younger. I feel like most of these videos are for younger people. Like, some of these exercises are too hard for me and where my body is right now. So that's why.
Okay, but the videos are like an extremely small part of what we do.
I know it, but I think people feel like, well, if I can't take advantage of the whole package, then, you know, I don't want to do this. And I try and explain to them that nutrition is actually way more important if you have weight loss goals, for example, way more important. And, you know, go take walks or whatever you feel like you can do. But I don't know.
Well,
I have people in my challenge groups from mid-20s all the way up to almost 80 years old. So my grandmother is actually in one of my challenge groups. And so you can reach a whole wide range of people just by telling your story. Like, you can say you have experience with older people and you have the training to work with younger people. So I think like where you are in life is very important. You know, you can approach them, what you're going through, and finding the confidence to share like what's going on with you hormonally and like what's going on with your thyroid. There are so many people. I have 3 challengers that have thyroid issues right now. Like, that's a huge problem. And so sharing that part of your story, like, you don't want to focus on a health disorder or anything else. Like, I have a chronic illness. That's not who I am, but it's something that I have experience with, and people relate to that. So just like Joanne said with her mom, you know, like, it helped with her hemoglobin A1C. Like, people want health out of this. And so I think rather than focusing on like really pushing, you know, people pushing themselves to the edge and like focusing on how hard the workouts are and things like that, there are always modifications, and there are so many different programs within Beachbody that you can cater to anybody's needs. So when you're talking to your people, I think finding out the most about them first. My grandmother's doing PIO, so she just modifies the heck out of PIO, and half the time she's like just standing there, but she's doing it. And then she does focus on nutrition or Shakeology and that kind of thing. So when you're working with any category of people, I think just talking to them and finding what their focus is will really help. But sharing your personal story and thinking about like what you do when nobody's watching. Do you sing in the shower? Do you, you know, belt tunes out and dance in the car? Like, things that nobody knows about you are the things that if you shared that, you know, it's like Stephanie, I'm with everybody, you know, I wouldn't have known that she does her own nails, like that kind of thing. It's fun to learn those little secrets about people. So the more that you reveal and the more comfortable you are letting people know the real you, I think the more that you'll attract those people that you want to, because you're young and vibrant. Like, I look at you, when she just said your age, I almost fell on the floor. So like, you know, you have that going for you and you have the background. So it's just finding the confidence to share. I think you're going to, you know, I think you're going to build your brand without even thinking about it once you share those things about you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's confidence is a big part of it. Before I started doing this, I never posted on Facebook.
Yeah.
So this is way out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
To post and so, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
As far as the older people, I actually have a couple older challengers that couldn't even do the 21-day fix, but my focus was the meal plan, because if you think about it, the containers by themselves are $17. So when it's $140, that's a deal right there to get the meal plan.
Yeah.
So I harp on the meal plan and how much it's going to benefit them. I mean, even you with your hormone replacement and all that stuff, like you mentioned, like you just felt like tired and just blah, and you felt so much better after your first round. That wasn't necessarily the workouts. It was Shakeology and the meal plan that was helping you. It was the nutrition piece. So like,
and all of my clients who are older, they saw that, but you know, they have 1,000 excuses why they can't do it. So, you know,
well, they're not now. They're not really no's. They're not now.
No.
Yeah.
And
right.
I continue talking to them about it. And, you know, several of them say that they are still thinking about it, but yeah, I just feel like I want to, as a personal trainer, you know, right. This is the hardest year I've had as a trainer because so many of my clients have passed away, and I just need to focus on a little bit younger crowd.
I think it's an advantage that you actually do have older clients because you can relate. Now you have a wide spectrum because you, like you said, you could I think was it Tanasia or I forgot who it was that said that that they could relate to you, that they weren't in their 70s or 80s. They can relate to you. I can relate to you. I'm 43 and I'm getting there to hit menopause. And then I also have people that have told me that because of menopause, they can't lose weight. Now I know there's issues with that, but you can relate to that. You can, first of all, you have the experience as a personal trainer, and then you have the experience with these programs in Shakeology and nutrition, and and then they see you and you look great. Well, I'm like, well, what do you? You can tell them, well, I did it. I mean, I know everybody has their own thing, and not everybody's the same, but they could relate to that because a lot of times people will use that as an excuse. I'm in menopause. That's not going to work for me. But you can say, well,
I hear that all the time.
So you can say, well, look at me, so, I mean, I don't know if you want to say, look at me, but I'm just saying, well, look at me. I've worked, I've been able, I'm not making excuses. I'm, making a difference in my body or whatever. So, and then
I think even sharing that you're struggling with the workouts, like people will relate to that, if they see you and you say, hey, like, they're tough, but there's modifications and I'm doing it. You can do it. That it's encouraging for people to see you as human. Cause like all of us would look at you and think, you're a personal trainer, you're probably rocking it out and not having any issues. Like when you become real to people, that's when they start to relate to you and want to do what you're doing.
Yeah. And, I was thinking about that I need to post more about all of my issues. That will make me more relatable, I think.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's hard to do.
Yeah. Like your posts are like, holy shit. Like, I mean, your 6-pack and like, I mean, you're in killer shape right now. And so, yeah, I mean, I have to work on that too. I have to post about, my struggles. Like Max 30 was great for that because I struggled. But, people are like, okay, she's real. Like she's not like some superwoman. She actually like has bad days too. And us as trainers and, we do need to share that.
That is true because I would have thought that you didn't struggle with Max 30. I would think that you could push that play and you'd be like killing it. So
yeah.
doing that makes me say, well, maybe I can have the same pack that Stephanie has because she's close too. I don't know. Just you start.
Friday fight round 2. I took my first break. I maxed out at like 6 minutes, like 1 minute after warm up. Like, what?
Like she's like today she said, it makes us relatable when people see we do struggle.
Yeah.
And we're not giving up and we keep moving forward.
I think over time, Chris, you just keep plugging away. It's gonna come. They're gonna come. If you build it, they will come.
Exactly.
Look back and you'll be like, remember when?
Yeah.
I don't know. How long have you been a coach, Chris?
I guess I really didn't start. I signed up in September, but I kind of signed up at the same time that I started 21 Day Fix as a challenger. So I really wasn't doing anything in that first month. So I guess like October is when I really started.
Okay. Still new.
You're very new. Yeah.
Success Club 10, like every month.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You just keep building. I mean, you're doing great. I think you just keep plugging away and sharing you.
Thank you, everybody. It's been helpful.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you guys are all talking about, hold on, my alarm is going off. Money comes to me all the time.
Money is coming to you.
Money's coming to me.
Mine
just went off, Marissa.
Oh,
money.
Money. Did you guys read my post about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you added up what I like the $400 that they gave me back and my weekly income, I like basically would have been triple what I made a year ago this week.
That's awesome.
2 times the amount of what I made a year ago. If you add back in the $400 that they gave me plus my commission, So anyway, I like the fact that you guys are talking about you have to share your struggles, because this is something that, like, even in my challenge groups, I used to like do like food journals or whatever. Like Callie remembers, we used to do these food journals where we had everybody post what they ate all day, and I used to lie. I'm not kidding. I used to lie because I was like, oh, I can't tell them that I ate that. You know, I can't tell them that I had pizza. And so I would just make shit up on my food journal. Like, I'm not kidding, because it was like in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm like the coach. I can't tell people that I had a piece of pizza. And I'm telling you, like, when I post that I'm like, a picture of me eating like a pizza at my house, like that I just ordered pizza and I'm going to eat the whole thing, it gets like crazy engagement. Oops. Damn it.
I had this big cookie baking this weekend, and I posted last night. I was like, I poured a glass of wine, but decided I wanted a cookie instead. So I chose the cookie. I'm a changed woman, except I ate 4 cookies. And like, I got like 50 likes on that post, where I usually get like 4 or 5 when I post about something else. Like, people like when you're not perfect, like nobody is perfect. So when you actually are real and you're like calling yourself out on stupid stuff, like, I find that those are the things that people like the most.
Oh yeah, people can relate to those things more than anything else.
That's actually funny that you said you wanted to lie, because I'm doing a push-up challenge in my graduate group. It started off at like 90 push-ups, and it like increases 10 each like 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
And the other day I didn't do them. It was like 140 push-ups, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm not. And I almost lied, and I'm like, why am I lying about push-ups? And so I was like, sorry guys, like I only did half. Like, it is what it is.
You did 70?
Yeah.
I can do 5.
Well, you have like all day to do it. Like, you don't have to do them all together. It's like you can spread them out, but I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't want to do them.
I do 5 like every 4 days.
And said like, oh, I'm not gonna lie. Like I went ahead and just lied about it. Like, I'm not joking. I used to like. So I was like, oh, I can't show them that I'm like eating this crap, and then they're gonna think that they can eat crap. And they're gonna get, like, they're gonna look like me, It's different when you're trying to lose than when you're in maintenance, Now I feel like I'm a lot more like honest about how I eat. I remember you, Stephanie, being like, I can't help you with the 21 days. I can't follow that meal plan.
But you're coming in and out. It's like it's hard to hear you.
I was saying how when you talked about
That's someone else's.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
I remember when you were talking about like the 21-day fix, you're like, I can't promote it. Like, I can't do that program. I can't follow the meal plan. Like, how can I help people with it? I can't, I'm not doing it myself.
Yeah, and I still eat like crap. Like, I eat healthy. I just eat a lot of peanut butter. I eat a lot of carbs. But it's like I'm afraid to kind of admit that to my groups, because it's like if I wrote down everything I ate, people would be like, how the F are you the size that you are? Like, it's kind of ridiculous. But I have a lot of freaking muscle on my body, so I metabolize stuff quick. But people don't realize that when they're like.
But see, that's a huge that you'll be teaching your clients.
Who's on the phone? Can you mute your line, please? Whoever's on the phone.
Sorry.
I think it was Callie. Sorry, girl, calling you out.
No, see, like when I found out that Autumn ate at the second calorie bracket, I was like, yes, because so many people want to starve themselves, and like, look at you, like, I think you look amazing, and then you're tiny. I mean, you're very petite. So people would probably think, oh, she probably eats like a bird. No, I eat like a horse and look like this. So it'll teach people that you need to fuel your body as well. Because some people, like, for example, with the 21-day fix, I've had clients that I'm like, how are you doing? I'm good, but you know what? I'm leaving out the yellows. I'm like, why? You need the yellows. Now you're gonna eat. Now you're gonna like take away from your muscle, and then you're gonna put yourself back in that starvation mode. Blah blah blah. Anyway, but that's huge. That's a huge. I don't know.
Yeah, I do, because I get that too. People are like, yeah, I'm doing like a low carb diet. I'm like, what? Why? Like, that's your energy. Why?
Right.
My diet's like 80% carbs.
Right, exactly. I mean, of course, not everybody can eat what you're eating, but for them to see that you are in great shape, but you make sure to fuel yourself, that's awesome. So, I don't know.
But also, Stephanie, you teach classes too. So, like, I know you because you live in my neighborhood, so I'm going to call you out. So you teach classes and you run in the neighborhood. And then sometimes do your workout.
Right.
I do classes and my workout. So so some days I am doubled up. Yes, that's true.
And so while Stephanie teaches classes, I'm inside. I've become an introvert. Workout.
I think it's good though, because it's encouraging for people to see like that once you do get to a certain state, like you can eat more, you can do other things, you know, like, so that's kind of.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things, that's one of the selling points for me is because they're like, oh my gosh, I have to diet. And I'm like, diet is deprivation. I don't know about you, but I like to eat. You like to eat? They're like, yeah. So it's nice.
Well, we've been on the call for an hour.
Oh, really?
Wow.
This has gone really fast.
I feel like this is really good what we're doing because like I kind of got feedback from somebody that they felt like these calls weren't very engaging. It's like I'm just talking at you the whole time, and it's not allowing anybody to be creative in their own mind. It's just like Marissa telling me that I need to go do this, and then I go do it. You know, so leadership is, you know, being able to lead people to explore their talents versus just telling people go do this and having them go do it. So what my next step would be, and I can go over the stuff with the Jesse stuff next week because it's more like teaching stuff, and it will kind of be a spin-off of what we went over tonight, and I'll kind of show you how he researches on Facebook to help find your target market and do and we can do that next week. But I really like this. I like the fact that everybody's sharing and kind of getting to know each other and willing, you know, like it's I feel like it's becoming more of like a team atmosphere versus a dictatorship.
I like how you started off with the training though. It's like you started with a training that turned into now let's actually apply it together as a group.
Yeah.
That's what I like versus just like a random open forum. Like I like having training that we work together to actually like help our businesses, you know.
It's directed.
Well,
it's diversity. So
we can do the Jesse Reagan stuff, and I'll show you guys how he researches, and somebody can be the guinea pig, and we can research into things for you. Or next week we could kind of go over, like Tanisha and I have been working on a project of getting a calendar together of like, you know, what you do every day and like showing, like, you found a video from Anita Myron that she's kind of walking, and then I'm going through as I do my schedule, you know, like today I wrote down like everything I did like all day long and put it in like a little calendar that's like color coded based on the things that I'm doing. So I don't know, it's up to you guys. If you guys wanna piggyback off of this and next week continue with this topic, and I can show you a little bit of the Jesse Reagan stuff so you can kind of be exposed to it and make more of an informed decision if you want to do the group. I mean, I'm definitely not by any means going to be teaching you what he teaches you in that group, but it's even giving you like a little bit of an idea. So what do you guys want to do?
I think the Jesse stuff would be good because there's a lot of us that had interest in the group, and I think if we knew a little bit more specific about it, that would be helpful.
Okay.
I agree.
So
I agree.
Agree.
Everybody's good with that next week?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like the 8 o'clock time slot.
Me too.
So great. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I like the fact that we're not having 2 calls. Definitely is helpful to not have 2 calls. That's for sure. So, All right, ladies. Well, thanks so much for all your input and being on the call. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope that it's helping you to figure out how to do your posting and who to post to. And my other thing, I did Chris leave? No, I think she had to go.
She's here. Oh wait,
She's
Chris.
I think.
Yes.
Oh, there she is. Is my other thought, and this has been something that I've been, tossing around, and I've gotten feedback that I think it's probably a good idea, is to do little focus Zooms with just with groups of women like on the team that feel like they're alike, and have brainstorming sessions. Do like once a month Zooms where we do like maybe 4 or 5 coaches on a Zoom. And I have a couple of people that in mind, like for example, Laura Costanza is like in her, in her 40s, and she wants to target market injury recovery, because she's came to Beachbody through injury recovery. She's doing plyo. She's not doing like the intense programs. Like we're talking like that. And Maria is going to get more cerebral, she's cerebral palsy, so that's like her target market. And then Michelle is like a vegan and really into like organization and like Excel spreadsheets, and she's an accountant. And they just have a different kind of, they're going for different targets than the typical Beachbody coach. So my point is that my next thought is to do once a month Zooms. So we would do a different group every week. So it wouldn't be like 50 million Zooms in one day. We would do 4 or 5, and do it like the first 2 months of the. Can you all mute your lines? Crazy. So we do like maybe once a month Zooms where we can have a group of people that are similar and are wanting to do something, similar. And maybe I have some women that I can kind of pair you up with that have similar interests as you, that might want to kind of go towards that target market, that maybe you guys can toss around ideas and you can kind of get to know each other. And maybe you can find like a success partner within that group, and, it's just brainstorming things. So I don't know if you're interested in that, but that was kind of like a thought that I had. Doing like little.
Yeah.
Who's that?
That's Callie. I got your message today, and I've decided what my target market is. I got totally cut off. I don't know what happened earlier when I was talking to you guys, but I definitely want to hit up moms that are mothers within an athletic family. Like that's kind of the target, because I look at where I spent a good part of my life, and it is with a lot of my athletic family, So that's definitely a Zoom call that, I would be interested in doing. And I don't know if you know of any other moms out there that are like basketball moms or baseball moms or football moms or something. But
Suzanne, she's not on this call because her kid is like so active in sports.
Yeah. Well, to me, there's no excuse. Like, if this is my career, I'm going to treat it just like I would my patient when I was an ultrasound. I wouldn't miss my, that's money. That's my job. So, but that's definitely something I want to express to them is I still, like yesterday, I made sure I made time to get into Starbucks and do a power hour before game time. I buckled my butt down, and I took a 5-year-old with me and sat her butt down, got her chocolate milk, and she had my Kindle Fire. She was playing. It was great. We had no squabbles or anything. She was awesome. Got to the game. They ended up winning 3 in a row, and they got the championship. So, and that's something I feel like a lot of moms that are athletic parents, I think they struggle with that. I think that's why they do get stuck into the 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, because they know Saturday and Sunday are off for them. I've gotten a lot of compliments from some of the baseball moms saying, if I had the nerve to do what you did, I would love to, work from home and help people better their lives. But I'll be honest with you, I'm comfortable, living paycheck to paycheck and knowing what I'm making each day. But I do follow you. You are inspiring. You're motivating. So I know I am starting to reach that target market for that kind of feedback, you know, like it's starting to, the seed's planted, it's starting to grow kind of thing. So, but definitely, I was trying to, I don't know how much of that you heard earlier, but last night in that finish like a boss, that video really lit a fire underneath my butt. Like I just put it down what I want, and I want moms, and I want preferably moms that are married, and I want moms that have athletic families, and maybe they're married to other coaches as well. You know, I want people that are like-minded, because I totally agree. I've already tried to work with coaches that I don't have anything in common with, and that's like pulling teeth or getting blood from a turnip, you know, and I don't like that. Who wants to live like that? You know what I mean? So I'm definitely going to go. That's my target market. So.
Okay, guys. Everybody have a wonderful night. Thanks for getting on the call.